The following is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys? Yeah, go Cowboys!
This is the Players Lounge, broadcasting live from Dallas Cowboys World Headquarters at the Star. Now your hosts, Barry Church, Danny McCray, and Newy Scruggs.
Let's get after it. It's Wednesday. Players Lounge brought to you by Hotels.com. Newy Scruggs, Danny McCray, our guy Barry Church on his way. Dealing with icy conditions here in Dallas-Fort Worth. Was it 84 degrees earlier this week?
Yep,
now it's 29.
Dallas is something else, man.
Just keep gas in your tank, baby. That's all I can tell you right now. Keep gas in your tank because you don't know. And folks out here thinking they got these trucks and four-wheel drives and that you can keep on driving. Hey, slow down, baby, slow down.
Now, listen, I got me a truck with four-wheel drive on there, but I do go. I was going 60 on the way up here, and that was because I was almost late. But it was clean. I didn't slide until I hit Warren. And I seen a little tow truck, and I was like, "Am I sliding?" No, I was definitely sliding.
No, there were some folks out there sliding, man.
Yeah. So I'm gonna stay in the house.
These overpasses, these little bridges will fool you because you just driving. Next thing you know, move to the side a little bit. So,
and it's a turn, so you don't even recognize them.
Yes, must be careful out there. And so church is, hey man, don't die, church. Don't die trying to get here.
Come on, church. Hey, you've been off for a long time, though. My man has been on vacay, and now he's stuck on Dallas North Tollway. Is this something just going against him for the Players Lounge? I mean, he gonna tuck his tail ever since that he lost that little whole thing with Justin Herbert and Joe Burrow. Maybe is a little bit more to this. Maybe he really not stuck on Dallas North Tollway. Maybe he's stuck in his feelings because he know that Joe Burrow is a better quarterback than Justin Herbert. But
stay right there. Let's get in the quarterbacks here. Has Joe Burrow surpassed Dak Prescott in your eyes in terms of being, when you talk about the quarterbacks? You listed quarterbacks right here now. Who you putting?
Yes. Joe Burrow just went to the Super Bowl, was one play away from winning that thing. Okay. One play away. Nothing against Dak. He's a heck of a player. He's a leader for this team. But when you look at how far he's taken us and his ability to overcome some of the mistakes that we make or some of the weak points of our team, it just hadn't happened. Joe Burrow definitely has a weak offensive line. He had not a rookie head coach, but a coach that we didn't really have that much confidence in going into the season.
His coach was terrible at the Super Bowl. He
gets sacked 9 times. Was that the first? Against Tennessee, the number 1 seed finds a way to win the game, although his defense did play well. These are things you have to be able to overcome to be a top-notch quarterback. And Dak Prescott is good, but he has to find a way to make those things happen when everything isn't going right for the Cowboys.
Okay. So Joe Burrow has leapfrogged him. You've played in this league. So tell me this. Now that you've seen a leapfrog happen, if you're Dak Prescott, how do you go about the offseason? He told Jory Epstein of USA Today that he would like to have a say in free agents, that he'd like to be a part of the process. I think some people took that way too far, like he wants to make decisions. But I think anybody at this point in time, like Dak Prescott, you'd like to, hey, can I talk to you about receiver Y, X, or maybe he has a relationship with someone he'd like to be consulted? Your thoughts?
Yeah, listen, there have been some quarterbacks who have been in a situation to be frustrated because they don't have that say or want that say because of the roster makeup where they think they need some more, i.e. Aaron Rodgers when he says we need more offensive weapons and then they go draft a quarterback in the first round. You have a right to be upset because when you look around, you don't believe that those weapons are good enough to get you to the Super Bowl.
Okay.
Tom Brady, when he says in New England, I want more weapons. If you're not going to give me more weapons, I'm going to get out of here and I'm going to show you what I needed in order to get us a Super Bowl. When you look at the Dallas Cowboys roster, we don't feel that way, especially last year. Last year, the reason that Jerry Jones is so upset and disappointed in how we ended up in 2021 is because when you look at the roster with Amari Cooper, CeeDee Lamb, Ezekiel Elliott, Tony Pollard, Dalton Schultz, at this point, Dak Prescott, your defense is on the up and up with Dan Quinn getting these guys to get all these turnovers. You say, what input do you need? We've given you everything that you could possibly need in order to be successful in the league, and it still didn't happen. So, him wanting to have that say-so is fine, but needing it, I guess that's a kind of an insinuation of like we don't have what we need. And we've seen every piece be put around this team for us to be successful, and it did not work out.
So for me, Danny, I didn't read the comments in a Aaron Rodgers type of way that, hey, man, look, I need some help up here.
Right.
I read it as, okay, we're going to be losing some people here. And if we're losing people, we're going to bring in some people. I'd like to have a phone call. I'll just throw out a name because I heard this name of, you lose Dalton Schultz. Hayden Hurst is available. If you're Dak Prescott and you're Stephen Jones and Will McClay and Mike McCarthy, I would not think having a conversation with him would be a bad deal. Not that you make the decision. We ain't going to let you be LeBron, be the general manager here. But to say, hey, do you have a relationship with the player at all? What do you think? I don't think that's a player sitting here demanding it as much as this guy saying, hey, look, obviously I got this contract, I'm going to be here. Phone call. Hey, these are 3 tight ends we're thinking about here because we may not re-sign Schultz. Or we may let Jarwin go. Whatever. I don't think that's a crazy thing. But you played the game. I don't know what the normal procedure could be.
It's nothing against him having some say in it, right? But when you start speaking that, right, and the soundbite comes out, it is the assumption that you need to have some say because the pieces that you may have around you may not be good enough for you to be as successful as you want to. That is just how it comes off. Okay. What Dak Prescott needs to do is have a meeting with Kellen Moore and figure out how he will use the weapons that they plan on having on his team. How to maximize the potential of the players that they currently have. I would like to see him more focused on that because when you have guys like Amari Cooper coming out saying, I'm not being used the correct way, when you have a guy like CeeDee Lamb go to the Pro Bowl and do interviews and say, I want to be used this way, then that's a conversation that you need to have because these are your star players who are feeling that way. So I think more focus on how can we utilize the weapons that we have now versus some guys that we may possibly go pick up in the offseason. So
did you happen to read the column by Jean-Jacques Taylor in the Dallas Morning News where he said, let Amari Cooper go? Not worth the money.
I did not read it, but I'm going to continue to say if you're going to use him the way that we used him last year and the previous year, even though he had, whatever catches and all that stuff, if you're going to use him that way to where he's a system guy, then yeah, I'm not paying $20 million for him. If you're going to find a way to use him a way like we seen Jamar Chase or Tyreek Hill or one of those guys where when it comes down to nut cutting time, that's the guy I'm going to, and you believe that he can still do that, then I'm going to pay him the money. But if you last 2 years have shown that I don't think we're going to plan on using him that way, and Kellen Moore is back. So unless he changes something and does a whole 180, then we have no idea why you would pay somebody $20 million to be a system guy.
Look, bottom line, they need money. Looking at the cap and going to see, they need money. So money has to be found. So they're going to have to come forward from players. And obviously Amari Cooper's name has been up there. Tank Lawrence's name has been up there because they have bigger contracts in which you can go ahead and get this money. There's a Dalton Schultz question mark. Do you bring him back? Then there's the Blake Jarwin, question mark in terms of a tight end. I don't think they'll bring back Leighton Vander Esch. I do believe that while his season was cut short, this is where you look to a Jabril Cox, who has been in your system. Dan Quinn is back. George Edwards will be back. So he's not unfamiliar with what you're doing. But to me, this is where, as a football team, they're going to have to go and count on a second-year guy to say, hey, look, we're going to need something here from you, and need it fast and need it quick. And hopefully he gets recovered from his injury. But these are things that I look at just the roster building. They're going to have to cut some guys, find some money, and then they're going to have to ask some younger guys to step up, which every team across this league does this. Yeah. Everyone does.
And I think that's a big part about Cox, right? Like, I'm biased because, LSU and all that stuff, but you still got a guy who's coming off an injury, right? So the unknown is how is he going to come back from that injury, which is why I always go on this, like, NFL Comeback Player of the Year, like, you want to grade injuries based off how they look on the field. The player, in his mind, mentally has to be able to come back from the injury and then get back on the field and be confident in whatever muscle or ACL or tendon, whatever they ended up messing up. They have to be confident in their self in order to go out there and play how they played before they were injured. So that is a big question mark. But I do believe that Dan Quinn he knows. He knows, like, listen, we didn't need Jalen. They got Jalen out of here, right? Dan Quinn said, we're okay. So he knows what Leighton Vander Esch brings, and I think he knows if he needs him to be here or not, right? And then Leighton Vander Esch, I think they're going to give him an option to say, hey, man, hometown discount, we'll bring you back on the one-year deal, and if you don't want it, then we'll let you walk. I think he's going to have that option because I think as it got down to the end of the season, he was one of those players who was making plays on the defense.
I don't think he'll be here. I think he'll be able to find himself a multi-year contract, and he'll take it and go. Look, I don't expect him to be here. I don't expect Dalton Schultz to be here. Yesterday, first day, you can start throwing out those franchise tags. No tag has been thrown out there. So right now, people are talking Randy Gregory, Dalton Schultz in terms of a franchise tag. I just don't know if you're going to go do that with either player. And
that Randy Gregory one is tricky, man, because, I know he's 6 sacks or whatever. The dude is a difference maker. And if you're going to plan on losing multiple pieces on defense, then you have to find a staple, right? You're already talking about maybe losing some money from possibly losing Tank if you ask him to take a pay cut or release him. Like, these are things that all have to come together before you decide you're going to offer Randy Gregory a franchise tag or something. But I can see that if we decide that we need to move on from certain players, they're still going to have to figure out something to do with Randy Gregory to get him on this squad.
All right, so if you want to use the franchise tag on Schultz, that's $11 million. You're trying to use a franchise tag on a pass rusher here. Lawrence, they got him on a franchise tag, $17 million. Franchise tag not for defensive end figures to be about $20 million. So
I'm not paying $11 million for Dalton Schultz to be here. No disrespect to him, but like we said during the season, when you look at guys like Travis Kelce, when you look at guys like Kittle, those guys can become they become problems, against the defense. But when you look at Dalton Schultz and the way that he gets open, he's a Jason Witten guy to where he's going to be, if everybody's covered, he's going to find a way to get open. But can you line him up at number one against a cornerback? And then do you consider that to be an advantage for the offense? Okay. When you get him in the slot, do you consider that to be an advantage? Just like when you see Kyle Pitts, we had to wonder who was going to cover him. I don't think defensive coordinators are trying to figure that out for a guy like Dalton Schultz, albeit he did have a great season. But if I'm paying $11 million or up, I'm getting a guy who can go out there and pretty much play receiver as well.
I just don't think I don't see any of the players getting a tag. I really don't. You like Schultz, but when I think of that kind of money, Kelce, Andrews, I'm looking at a guy. When Shannon Sharp was in his heyday, you got to be that. You're darn near the number one receiver, though you're playing the tight end spot. That's not him.
No.
So I'm not going to pay $11 million. $20 million for Randy Gregory? No, I'm not going to do it. The Cowboys, I thought, did a tremendous job of matching their secondary last year. And many times you think, well, how can they keep going to Dollar General for guys? But look, you're going to have to figure out a way to fix your position here. No team is going to have – you don't get 11 Pro Bowlers. You're going to have to just try and get a couple guys in some spots. You've got a Micah Parsons. Robert Quinn is a prime example to me of the Cowboys going out and finding a match. Miami didn't want to pay that number. He was able to fit in here. Oh, by the way, he was going into free agency, so that's always an incentive for guys. You could go do that. The Tyler Hendrickson, that kid that Cincinnati ended up getting last year. People are like, hey, what about I think getting long kid on the D-line who got hurt. They brought him from Chicago last year. Brent Urban. I think having a guy like Brent Urban is going to help you. I think you're just going to have to do it a little more economically. And, okay, you're not going to be able to get the Tank Lawrence type impact. But, okay.
You need one of them.
You'll have to figure it out. Randy Gregory, I'll offer him a multi-year deal. But I'm not going to write down $20 million.
And he might stay. But my thing is, and when you watch this defense, you need pressure. Okay. So going into it and just assuming that Dan Quinn's going to be able to turn whoever comes in here into that guy, like I love Dan Quinn, but that's not how it works. You need a guy to be a staple on your defensive line. You got a Micah Parsons who, when you line him up one-on-one, he can be an issue. When you see what happened with Aaron Donald, first half, no one-on-ones. Second half, one-on-ones. Change the game. But the only way you get those one-on-ones is by having other weapons out there to get that attention from the offensive line. So it's just when we're talking about possibly a Tank Lawrence and possibly a Randy Gregory, you pretty much starting over on defense.
And honestly, I think that's what you're probably going to have to do right here.
That's rough, man.
You start looking at these numbers here, you're going to have to start over. Now, maybe you were able to start over. I mean, and I'm just throwing pie in the sky out here. I haven't really researched this, but maybe you're saying, okay, we'll start over and let us call Von Miller. Or, let's look around. I mean, but there are going to be other teams who are just like the Cowboys. We got some issues here with some guys. And finding those guys where you can make a match and some guys who want to come to the Cowboys, I mean, this is where they're going to have to do their best scouting and their best free agent pitching to people. I don't expect the Cowboys to be out here as first-day guys running out here because that's always when the worst money's spent. Oh, by the way.
Cowboys usually don't do that anyways.
Right now you can't because you're tied up. You're tied up here. But I just think that when I look at Cooper and I look at Lawrence, I just think these are two guys that I just don't – I don't expect to be.
So you possibly saying Cooper, Lawrence, and Randy Gregory not on the squad?
Could be a possibility, yeah.
And then no Leighton Vander Esch. Like this is you talk about rebuilding a defense that went from worst to middle of the pack and could possibly continue to go up, losing three of his main pieces. Whatever we talked about Leighton Vander Esch at the beginning of the year, at the end of the year, he was a guy who was depended on to make plays in key moments.
Well,
that's it.
Okay, if you're saving $40 million, maybe you can make some. Hey, Leighton Vander Esch, we're here on a 3-year deal, so maybe you can do some things like that. But you need money, and I just believe a guy like Leighton Vander Esch is probably going to be able to find himself a better deal on the open market than he will here.
That's possible. I'm hoping.
And as far as Randy Gregory goes, I mean, look, I expect them to make him a contract offer. You're going to make him a contract offer, but I don't know if he'll take it. And you know how the free agent game works. There's always somebody else out there that views you and was willing to write a higher check, or a team like a Jacksonville that's got more money and they can overpay you. It's like church, man. They brought him here. They like to keep him, but Jacksonville came with a bigger bag. So you're going to come into that situation. It's going to be the same thing with a guy like Michael Gallagher. Somebody's going to be able to come with a higher bag than you because of the salary cap situation you're in. And so to me, this is a deal where you sit around here, go ahead, let Church in. Barry Church is here, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, it's Barry Church. Barry Church is here.
Almost died like 7 times.
Josie, you will sit in my seat today. You sit in my seat. We were just talking about you, too.
Yes,
headphones
talking about how the Cowboys didn't want to pay you, so you ain't got the bag from Jacksonville.
I know that people want to hear from me, so I'm going to talk.
Yeah, they ain't seen you since,
man, let me tell you something.
Since Joe Burrow went to the Super Bowl.
I'm going to tell you something, man. I have a lot of stories to tell, all right? But that's for another day. So what we on?
First off, I'm glad you're here safe.
Man, I'm telling you, them roads, be careful. Them roads is real out there, man.
Well, I come and tell you, if you don't have to be out there, don't.
Yeah, exactly.
Especially tonight, because it's supposed to get ugly.
Well, what I didn't say, what I wanted to say earlier, and I didn't, I was at this thing in downtown Dallas with Shaquille O'Neal. It was like, we need to stay at home.
Yeah, that's where I was coming from downtown. I was on 75. Man,
you was at North Park getting your Dolce & Gabbana.
Nah, this was a gift. This was a gift. It was a gift a little bit.
Okay.
Hey, listen, just so you know. So Nui believes that Randy Gregory.
No. Let's take a break. We got to take a break. Take a break. We're gonna come back with it. We're gonna get into it. We're gonna get into free agency and money here. So let's take a break. So we got Barry Church here. Let Barry get a little breather here. Danny McCray, Nui Scruggs back right here on the Players Lounge in just a couple seconds.
LSU Tigers, huh?
At Smoothie King, we are blending goodness to fuel your greatness. Every blend is crafted to help you achieve your health and fitness goals. Smoothie King uses only whole fruits and organic veggies. You'll never find sugary syrups or artificial flavors, colors, or preservatives. And unlike some other smoothie places, there are 0 grams of added sugar in many of our blends. Smoothie King is proud to be the official smoothie of the Dallas Cowboys. Place your order in the app or online for pickup or delivery. Smoothie King, rule the day.
It's game day. You know what that means. First, kebab prep. Steak, pepper, onion, steak, pepper, onion. Next, a counterclockwise lap around the room. Now the lucky grease-stained jersey goes on. And lastly, the dance. You know the one. This is a game day ritual no matter where you are. Whether you're traveling to the game or watching from your favorite vacation spot, Book a place to stay on Hotels.com and keep the tradition alive and well. Hotels.com, proud partner of the Dallas Cowboys.
Want to use what the pros use? How about the official men's skincare brand of the Dallas Cowboys, Jack Black? Right now, you can get the Jack Black Starter, a curated collection of Cowboys locker room favorites for just $10 with free shipping. The starter includes 4 Jack Black skincare favorites plus a full-sized intense therapy lip balm. Go to getjackblack.com/Cowboys and use the code word TEAMJB. That's getjackblack.com/Cowboys. The Jack Black Starter, $10, free shipping.
Brace yourself for an existential question. Has your butt been having enough fun lately? Have you been treating it well? Has it been going places? If not, then it's about time you start using SeatGeek. SeatGeek is the best way to get your butt tickets to live events. Just ask the thousands of other butts who have rated it the #1 ticketing app. So what are you waiting for? Download the app now or visit SeatGeek.com to get tickets to sports, concerts, and live events and make your butt happy. SeatGeek. Get your seat in a seat.
Back to the Players Lounge.
Attention, Cowboy fans, it's a new official razor of the Dallas Cowboys, Shave Logic. Shave Logic is proud to offer Cowboys fans a special upgrade for a limited time. Visit shavelogic.com. Get a free $10 gift card with your purchase. Go to shavelogic.com. Official watch, official avocado, they got official beer, official grocery
I'm about to
store,
get an official something in
Official
here.
newscaster, official. You official everything.
Hey, I'm just here.
Jerry got it on. He got it on lock. We got official real estate, official movers. Official pest control, official janitorial service.
I bet they officially making a lot of money too. All them companies, they make it.
They got an official grass cutter. Cause I'll come out here and cut some grass real quick.
Right.
They probably got a lawn service.
They do. The official lawn service of the Dallas Cowboys, man.
We're gonna let Newey let you know all the people that he said not gonna be on the squad next year.
All right. So we're sitting here talking about franchise tags are available to go out yesterday, and I don't see the Cowboys using a franchise tag for $20 million on Randy Gregory. I don't see them using a franchise tag on tight end Dalton Schultz, which would be $11 million. They do need money at this point in time. Mm-hmm. We know this. The contract that you set up for Amari Cooper allows you to escape it. Mm-hmm. It's about $20 million. Tank Lawrence about $19 million, or vice versa. They're right there. So that's basically $40 million.
Why you ain't say Tyron Smith yet?
So hold on. So
because you can save some money about.
So you saying we ain't gonna bring back Gregory or D-Law
or Van Der Esch?
Or Van Der Esch.
I can see that. Yes, I can very much see this.
But we're gonna bring back Tyron. We're gonna bring back Tyron Smith though.
How we going? I was just about to talk about that. How we going? Anyway, on the defensive side.
Because they don't want Dak looking like Joe Burrow in the Super Bowl.
How we going to rush the passer though without? I can see getting rid of one of them.
And this is great. This is great. Okay, this is great. This is where you're going to have to rely on Will McClay. You're going to have to rely on Dan Quinn.
Hey, I'm glad you came, bro.
And just like you rebuilt the secondary, you're just going to have to figure it out. Robert Quinn was another one of those great additions where they went out there and they found another team who, almost like you got some money problems.
Man, they struck gold. They struck gold with Robert. And that do not happen that often. That does not happen that often.
They struck gold with Jaron Curtis.
How many times did we see this team, the leading pass rusher, be a George Selvey type guy? Like, 6 or 7 sacks here and there. Like, we got a Robert Quinn, and he balled out. I'll give him that. He balled out. Okay. But, Randy Gregory and D-Law, we're going to rush the passer with Dorrance Armstrong and Terrell Basham?
How many sacks did you get from Gregory last year?
Listen, he had 6.
How many did you get from Tank Lawrence last year?
See, here we go. Listen, the impact on the game and your defense is measured by more than how many sacks you got. They were both difference makers on the team. So just going by how many sacks they had does not correlate to their impact on the football field.
The gentleman to my right asked about sacks. I answered the question about sacks.
No, you asked the question. He said sacks. You then asked him another question about sacks.
So okay, your 7 games of 5 sacks from Tank Lawrence.
He was out. How many? So wait, hold on. 5 sacks in 7 games?
Mm-hmm.
Ain't a bad ratio.
He got a pick 6 too, did he?
And a forced fumble.
No. I take that back. No.
Okay, I'm about to say, hold on now.
3 sacks.
Pick 6
in 7 games. 3
pick 6, 2 forced fumbles.
So then pay cut coming in. He's not getting then it's pay cut time because he's not getting the 20.
This is what I'm saying. They are going to have one of those rushers on this defense.
You got to.
If you do not have either one of them, you don't have a Leighton Vander Esch, you don't know about Kirk, you talking about literally losing 50% of your defense, guys, your impact players on your defense?
Yeah, that's about right.
No. That's why before you take some money from Tank, you taking some from 19. And not because of him, because of Keller. He don't, he out here with system. He out here running system guys in basketball.
I'm telling you, both could get got.
They could get
Who
got.
else
I'm
on the
just saying,
defensive side are y'all trying to get rid of? Like, or y'all saying can we part ways with?
That's the three.
Okay,
That's
we're looking at money. I mean, Keanu O'Neal.
Oh, he's gone. He's out of here.
So we're looking at trying to go get dollars from a defensive standpoint. Leighton Vander Esch is a free agent. Keanu O'Neal's a free agent.
He's gone.
You got KZ.
He's gone.
You got Hooker.
I would bring Hooker back on a lower deal.
I think Hooker is in the conversation. Dorrance Armstrong. Jerry likes him. He might
be able to get him on a team friendly.
I can see, Dorrance Armstrong here, guy, 13 games, 5 sacks,
What about Anthony Brown?
Anthony Brown's already under contract.
Yeah, he's straight.
Remember, he got a contract.
He got a real contract. Let's not. Anthony Brown had a decent season.
He did.
Okay, he had some rough moments, but for him playing opposite of Trayvon Diggs and being out there on defense, he played well.
He's a good football player.
He had a solid year.
He played well.
But you also got 2 young guys that you drafted last year, and if you're looking to save some money, that could be a spot where you can, trim a little bit. You got Bossman Fat over there. You got Noshawn Wright. You got Diggs on the other side. You still got Jordan Lewis. I mean, they still got a crowded cornerback room.
Only boss man Fat. He's the only one who I may be confident in just because what we saw him do in that game.
Okay.
But I'm still hanging on to Anthony Brown. He made some plays. He got some interceptions. He did some stuff this year to cement his spot on the roster.
Well. He's got a contract. I'm not getting rid of him. I'm going to keep him. And his contract is inside. It's not some killer. It's not a killer number here.
Go to the offensive side. That's where you need to be saving some money at. All right. Leave Tank and them alone. Let Dan Quinn figure it out because the heart and soul of this team this year was the defense. Leave him alone. Let him decide who he needs, who he doesn't need. Now let's get on over to the offensive side.
Real quick before we go offense. Kirsch, y'all bringing Kirsch back?
If we can, but he played so well, you might.
You think he taxed his way out? You think he played his way out?
It's possible. Or if he's smart, he say, "Hey, listen, I know that this guy is going to put me in the correct position, and if they can get him on a multi-year deal, maybe give him the 6 that they didn't want to give you."
Yeah. I'd give him a 6.
Okay.
I wouldn't give him above 6 though.
Yeah.
I wouldn't give him above 6.
Your boy Shad can come up here with a bag offering, and so we'll see.
He ain't. Let me tell you something. Hey, don't do it, bro. Don't do it. When you get with a guy who knows your abilities and puts you in that type of situation to make those plays, if the money ain't way off, you probably be smarter off on the longevity of your career by staying with a guy like Dan Quinn.
That's true.
And I think it speaks volumes to these players that he actually stayed. So I believe that some other guys may bite the bullet too and be like, you know what?
Now
run it back, like you seen in Tampa.
Is he a product of the system? I know he's going to stay in the system, but if we don't have those 2 pieces on the outside that can rush the quarterback and get after him, because I believe this secondary, benefited a lot from a great pass rush. They benefited a lot from it. If we don't have that same pass rush, do you feel like those guys in the secondary can still perform at a high level like they did this year?
I think Kurtz can because the plays that he made were like on him. Like he holding the edge, he chasing guys down, he's playing one-on-one on tight end. It wasn't really the ones where the plays that stuck out to me from him. They weren't really dependent on somebody getting back there and getting the arm away. He was handling his business and his responsibility no matter what was going on around him when you seen him make those plays.
And he had the green dot.
Yeah,
the man he was a quarterback in the secondary, so he got everybody situated and everything's
He's definitely a player you want to bring back here. So
I agree.
Keanu O'Neal
gone.
Okay, Leighton Vander Esch. Go down the list of free agents here. Leighton Vander Esch.
If he does not get a better offer on the market, then I believe he's still here.
Okay. Would you pay $5 a year for him?
For Leighton?
Yeah, would you pay $5?
I pay $5. Man, we paid Jasper Brinkley $2 million.
Cedric, okay, now,
respect on Jasper Brinkley's name.
He played special teams, bro. He didn't even start. Dude was making $2 million.
If you could get Anthony Hitchens back, because Kansas City let him go this week.
They
get
did.
Hitchens back.
Nah.
Church spotted Anthony Hitchens out earlier this year and was like, "Yeah, you see Hitch?" And so I think not over Van Der Esch. At the end of the season, once we got to the nitty gritty of it, and Jalen Smith was gone, Leighton Van Der Esch was he was an important player on this defense.
Okay, all right, let's keep going down the list. Cedric Wilson,
No.
Carlos Watkins, interior defensive lineman.
Yes. I think you need as many interior pieces as you can get.
Brent Urban, interior defensive line.
Yes, because I don't. He's an incomplete grade for me because he didn't really get to perform as much as I thought he would. I think he would have been definitely a benefit to have against a run on that interior defensive line. So the book is out for me on this guy, but I'm leaning towards keeping him.
Is he taking up a whole bunch of cap space?
Brent Urban made 1.75.
Yeah, I keep him.
All right, Ty Secchi, right tackle.
Nah.
No.
Connor Williams, left guard.
Ooh, sorry, Bob.
His O-line is
if we looked at it, who was the weak spot the entire season?
I got more names. We got a lot of names. Maurice Candidate, cornerback.
I would like to, but it's just that room's getting packed right now, and I don't know if they can withstand having him in there. But I feel like he played good on special teams, and when he had an opportunity to play, he played solid.
Yeah, you need a good 5 or 6 though.
That's
true. You need a good 5 or 6.
DeMonte Casey.
Nah, I didn't like his angles out of the high post this year.
All season,
I just did
Noah
not
Brown.
like his angles. Noah Brown,
he cheap enough.
Yeah. A guy that knows the system, you can plug and play, good blocker.
There you go, plug and play, because that's what Kelly needs. He's a system guy. System guy. Hey man, you line up here and run the route that the dude that's hurt ran. And
especially if you
you
ain't bringing back Cedric Wilson, I can see them bringing a Noah Brown.
All right, let's hit another break here. I've got more names to go.
I was about to say,
I got more names to go here, and it's a list. It's a list. All right, let's dive into who the Cowboys should keep in free agency with Danny McCray, Newey Scruggs, and Barry Church. This is Players Lounge.
It's game day. You know what that means. First, kebab prep. Steak, pepper, onion, steak, pepper, onion. Next, a counterclockwise lap around the room. Now the lucky grease-stained jersey goes on. And lastly, the dance. You know the one. This is a game day ritual no matter where you are. Whether you're traveling to the game or watching from your favorite vacation spot, book a place to stay on Hotels.com and keep the tradition alive and well. Hotels.com, proud partner of the Dallas Cowboys.
Want to use what the pros use? How about the official men's skincare brand of the Dallas Cowboys? Jack Black. Right now you can get the Jack Black Starter, a curated collection of Cowboys locker room favorites for just $10 with free shipping. The starter includes 4 Jack Black skincare favorites plus a full-sized intense therapy lip balm. Go to getjackblack.com/Cowboys and use the code word TEAMJB. That's getjackblack.com/Cowboys. The Jack Black Starter, $10, free shipping.
At Smoothie King, we are blending goodness to fuel your greatness. Every blend is crafted to help you achieve your health and fitness goals. Smoothie King uses only whole fruits and organic veggies. You'll never find sugary syrups or artificial flavors, colors, or preservatives. And unlike some other smoothie places, there are 0 grams of added sugar in many of our blends. Smoothie King is proud to be the official smoothie of the Dallas Cowboys. Place your order in the app or online for pickup or delivery. Smoothie King, rule the day.
Brace yourself for an existential question. Has your butt been having enough fun lately? Have you been treating it well? Has it been going places? If not, then it's about time you start using SeatGeek. SeatGeek is the best way to get your butt tickets to live events. Just ask the thousands of other butts who have rated it the #1 ticketing app. So what are you waiting for? Download the app now or visit SeatGeek.com to get tickets to sports, concerts, and live events and make your butt happy. SeatGeek. Get your seat in a seat.
Back to the Players Lounge.
Your favorite WWE superstars return to AT&T Stadium for WrestleMania on Saturday, April 2nd and Sunday, April 3rd. Get your tickets to the most stupendous two-night WrestleMania in history. Visit SeatGeek.com, the official ticket provider of AT&T Stadium. The official ticket provider.
If you smell what the Rock is good. I was waiting for the drop of that Super Bowl, man. He didn't do the whole thing, but he was good, though. Most electrifying man in sports entertainment.
Do you
is.
But do you know there were some folks up there on Twitter roasting The Rock and complaining about it?
Because he didn't have on his shoes, bro. You should have went dropped
He
them
had a
off.
Brahma Bulls on.
Bro. Knew he supposed to go drop his shoes off.
You was there.
He was too busy partying up in the top.
See, he over there just kicking it.
Let me tell you what. This is one of the problems I had at the Super Bowl since I was maybe like 7 rows from the ceiling. Ooh. You look. It's an ant. Like you're looking at that. It sound like is that The Rock? So I got to go look at the little jumbotrons. I got to look at look at my iPad. It's The Rock.
Let me tell you something. It's swole as The Rock is. You can't miss that, man. This dude ain't stopped lifting since he was Maivia in the Nation of Domination.
But you
when he was in WWE.
But the thing is, okay, the way the field is set, and there's so much going on. All of a sudden, he's there. So you got to try and look where's he at, and you so high. Trying to figure out where is he at. So you watch on the jumbos. Okay, I see him on the jumbos, little jumbos. Let me go over here. And by the way, their video board is nothing compared to Jerry's. Jerry has
circle one, right?
Yes, and I hate those circle. Nothing beats what Jerry had.
Best in the
period.
business.
It is. I mean, that to me is what I've been surprised about. Is everybody's done these new stadiums that more people haven't done what Jerry's had, which makes me wonder. How much did it really cost? Because Jerry probably paid a premium to other folks. Like, man, I'll save some money on the video board versus what Jerry's did.
You should ask him, Church. That way you could put one of them up at Toledo in the basketball arena because you could donate something to them, bro. Start a fund.
They $40. Start
at 42. Okay, 42. Come on, Newey, because you glossing over a couple. Let's get these in because you've been talking about Tank
all right, free
and these guys, and you ain't even touched them yet.
I'm out here reducing dollars.
Yeah, this dude out here.
Man, I'm managing the cap.
Yeah,
okay, so
looking like an 8-8 or 8-9 year again.
You got no defense. Your defense, heart and soul, your team. He talking about let them all go. Let them all go.
All right, J-Ron Curse. We already said yes.
He'll be back.
Yes to J-Ron Curse.
We on offense, bro.
I'm going down. I'm going down the list here. Your long snapper, Jake McQuaid.
And bring back LP.
He cool.
Your punter, Brian Anger.
Pro bowler. He got to
back.
come back.
Okay.
He got to.
Corey Clement, running back.
Nah, I feel like you can get a 7th undrafted guy.
Right. A tight end, Jeremy Sprinkle.
Nah, he ain't doing that.
Is Clement he on his second year?
Nah, he was the we got him in Philly.
Let him ride.
Jeremy Sprinkle, tight end.
Nah.
Let him ride.
We already said yes to Hooker. Malik Turner, wide receiver.
I liked his game, and he's a core special teams guy too.
Yeah, he's a system guy too. So just plug him in there.
Michael Gallup.
I would bring him back.
See, with me on that one, it depends, man.
Right price,
and if you bring in Coop back. If you bring in Coop back, you gotta let Gallup go.
I don't think you're bringing Coop back.
So if you don't bring Coop back, then right price Gallup. I'm not saying he needs to be a $19 million a year guy. I'm thinking more maybe 13, 14.
If you can right price him, I don't care who's staying because the thing is just like when they got you on your first 3 years.
Yeah,
right?
true.
You got a good player locked down for the next 2 to 3 years versus. You don't know who you get.
Plug and play. You heard what he said. Plug and play.
Michael Gallagher was probably the only player who wasn't a plug and play on our offense. He was the guy who you knew that he was going deep.
Can he be a difference maker?
Absolutely. He was a difference maker.
Like let's just say, to get rid of Coop and there's an injury to CD. Can he be that guy?
Okay, let's keep going here on the Players Lounge.
Can he
was Coop this year?
I'm saying, but I'll say Coop is taking some coverage a little bit.
Okay. Jerry said not enough.
Let's keep rolling down the list. Dorrance Armstrong.
I keep
team
friendly without a doubt.
Okay, Dalton Schultz.
Man, you ain't gonna be able to because he had too good of a season. But if you could, you would.
Francis Bernard, linebacker.
Why not? Core special teamer.
Luke Gifford, linebacker.
Why not? Core special teamer.
Okay.
Dalton Schultz, though.
Those are free agents.
Man, hey, come on.
You ain't gonna bring up.
He been talking about Tank Lawrence and Amari Cooper all day. Now he gonna stop him and talk about free agents. Let me go. Let me out of here.
I hope they don't.
I just went through the free agents. Now we can go into the offense.
Well, you got 2 minutes.
Okay. So you all trying to go get 77. That's what.
No. Because you going offense, defense. You just call offensive and defensive players. Now you talking about you just going into the offense.
So what you want to do? I mean, what you want?
Can you save some money by letting them ride?
You talking about
absolutely
Terrence? What the hell? Tyron Smith. Yeah.
Can you?
Sure.
So what are we talking about? If you cannot,
who's the replacement?
That's not my job. I'm not Will
Terrence
McClay.
Steele.
I'm not Will. We had Will McClay the other day. I'm not
Terrence
that guy.
Steele.
I don't think T. Steele's a left.
I think you give him a year. You force him in already anyway. So give him another
Keep him on
shot.
the right. Put Lyle on the left.
I don't care what you do. You need to have somebody over there who is a staple on your offense, who is available, bro. It's not about the talent. It's not about the skill. When he's healthy, he can still play with the best of them. But if you ain't healthy, then what
all right, so you give me the D-Mac reductions. Who you reducing? You got Tyrus Smith. Who else you reducing? Who else you letting ride? Who you letting ride?
Hold on. You know what I would have did with Tyrus Smith last year. So ain't no reducing. Ain't no reducing.
Okay, but you got but this
ain't no reducing. Amari Cooper. If you're not having that conversation with Kellen Moore, Amari Cooper. You got like he gonna be a system guy. I'm not paying him $20 million.
Smith,
so he got to go then.
Where else?
Yeah, because Kellen Moore's still here, huh?
Yep. Yeah, you already know what's gonna happen.
What happened?
Who else?
I'm just talking about the offense. We already talked about defense before.
All right, so we got T. Smith.
So you on T. Smith too?
They got to go. I just don't think he's no disrespect. I just don't think he's reliable.
Okay, so you got T. Smith. You run okay. T. Smith. Who else you got? Cooper. Okay.
He on the fence. He not gonna say nothing.
Yeah, he ain't gonna.
I done been said it. I done been said it.
What'd you say? You ain't say nothing about Smith. So what you doing with Smith?
Smith on the team.
I gotta go.
Cool.
I gotta go.
Smith on the team.
I gotta go.
Okay, so you want to end it right there? That's fine.
Yeah, I gotta go.
You not with 77. You not with 77. I'm with 77. You at 90. You at 90. I'm not with 90.
Hold on. I ain't with 90.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm
19,
not with 90.
yes, no.
I'm fine with 19. No.
19, no.
I'm 90.
No,
yes.
I'm not on 19. No.
90 got to take a pay cut if you're coming back. That's
I'm with you on that one.
I'm with you on that one. I'm talking about people that we talking about letting go, and that was Tyrus Smith.
And 90s told certain media people, I ain't taking no pay cut. So guess what? You got to go.
Well, you got to believe him because he told you back
then he wasn't doing it.
That's fine.
He might be a June 1st. He might be a June 1st.
All right, that's Players Lounge. Hey, thanks for coming, man. That's Barry Church. David Graham doing his We'll chat with you next week. Actually, we'll do it on Monday at 10, right here on DallasCowboys.com radio.
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about this, Cowboys? Yeah!